Hey dudes and dudettes, welcome to my next video. This is going to be my Q&A video. I put a poll out last week and asked for people for questions, and I've got quite a few good responses, and there's a few shout outs at the end as well, so let's get into it. Question from the Holy Apple: you can only choose one primary weapon, one secondary weapon, and one ability from Black Ops 3 to survive a real-life zombie apocalypse. What do you pick and why? That's a good question. I like questions like this. I would probably pick one of the light machine guns. Not that I use them in Black Ops 3, because I just think you get killed a lot with them, with the reloading times, etc, etc. But they hold a lot of bullets, so good old zombies and all the rest of it, you can mow down some zombies. I would pick secondary weapon, a bit biased because I've just unlocked the sword, so I would definitely have the sword for those close combat encounters that you're probably going to have. And my perk would have to be dead silence. Nothing worse than running around and making a lot of noise and zombies chasing you and all the rest of it. But at least if you're silent, you can do the honours. So yeah, good question. Thank you. Question from Never Ending Fear: Nene or Whip? Another good question. I like questions like this, they're always good. Nene or Whip? I have to honestly say I'm a dab man myself. Honestly and truthfully, I haven't got a clue. With myself being into heavy metal and rock, I do know of Nene, Whip, dab, etc, etc. But yeah, it's not something that I would ever listen to or get into. But if I had to pick one, it'd have to be Nene. Just because it sounds like a horse, just doing the honours. Thank you for the question. Question from XX Chris XX: Monster or Rockstar? Now, as any good gamer should know, you will have a particular brand of these two that you prefer, and you will always go to. Myself, has to say it's Rockstar. The electric fruit mix is my favourite, it being lightly carbonated and like a watermelon. Like I said, I'm a gamer, I like my energy drinks for those late night grinds. And obviously there's the cheaper versions when you're a bit hard up, the old like the Blue Balls and the Red Roosters, and you've probably got one of the cheap ones that you go to. But yeah, I'd have to pick Rockstar, definitely. I do like some of the Monster ones. Monster used to do a coffee one, which was awesome. But unfortunately in my local area I can't find it anymore, which is always the way. But yeah, for me, Rockstar electric fruit mix all the way. Cheers, good question. Question from Mr. Potato: would you rather be the best sniper or the best assault rifler? Now that is a really good question. Assault rifler for me, it's all about close quarter accuracy and just generally being able to throw bullets in a general direction and get somebody with them. But I have to say, I do like sniping. There's no better feeling than, especially in games. Obviously if you're talking real life, it's very, very different. But in the games, there's nothing better than running around with a sniper rifle, and when you clock them shots that you just don't think you're going to get, there's no better feeling than pretty much owning someone. And obviously the occasional teabag is always, it's always good stuff. But yeah, good question like that. So no, I'd definitely go for the sniping. I think it's a bit more satisfying when you get a kill with it. So yeah, good question. Cheers. Question from Extreme Chaos: what or who inspired you to do YouTube? Now this is a really good question. I like questions like this. I have been an avid YouTube fan for years, even before it was cool to be watching videos on YouTube. The likes of Cnanners, Vanos, Frankie Con on HP, on PC, all them guys. Ali A. I've been watching them for years, and I've always enjoyed watching the gaming videos. People always used to say to me, well, you're watching games on YouTube, why don't you just play the games? And it's the thing that seems to have come to be now. It's people like to watch other people play computer games, and it's a good thing, especially for some of us new YouTubers coming through like myself. It's just good to get into what I like doing. And for me personally, I think I've had years of watching, and now I like to give something back. I'm not saying I'm going to be a massive charity donator or anything like that. I think it's just good, you understand the hard work that goes into editing, as all you YouTubers out there will know. editing takes time and it takes a lot of patience. But yeah, I honestly think that the years of watching YouTube and the guys that have slogged and done it over the years, I just want to do the same. A lot of people probably listening will be like, yeah, bullshit, you're after the money. No, I'm not bothered about the money. It's not what it's about. And I'd say if YouTube was easy, everybody'd be millionaires, everybody'd be able to do it, and a bit of hard work, and if it works, it works. But as it stands, I'm doing it for the fun and the love of the games, and yeah, it's good. Cheers for that question, it's good. Question from Hoodie Time is, what is your favourite game? Now, as you can probably see, there's not just the question of my favourite game here. Hoodie is one of the guys I play with on a regular basis, and if you've watched some of my videos, he's the guy that I always say is cheating. And if you watch my my latest video, the hacker alert, you'll see why, and you can make up your own mind. Which I'll, you mobile and tablet users, I'll put an eye in the top right of the screen right now, so you can click it and go and have a watch. But yeah, in regards to the question, my favourite game, obviously at the moment, is Black Ops 3. Always been a Call of Duty fan right from the beginning. So in that respect, I have to say my favourite game is Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one, which was technically number 4. But yeah, that's definitely my favourite. I spent hours grinding on that. Got up to the Gold Cross, which was 10th Prestige. Absolutely loved it, and I loved its simplicity. It was for me back to basics. You had your three score streaks and your guns, and that was it. And it was it was the birth of the trick shot of the sniper 360 no scopes and all that jazz. So no, I really enjoyed that game and had some hours of fun on it. So I'd definitely say that's one of my favourites. But yeah, thanks for that question. And yeah, just for the record, Hoodie is a lag cheater. Mark. Question from Neil David Mackey from Facebook. What's your one pet peeve when gaming? Is it being teabagged when killed? Or maybe someone forcing you to watch a replay of them kicking your arse? Or even just in-game glitches ruining the experience? What makes you the angriest of an angry gamer? Very good question, and as you can see, my good friend Neil on Facebook, who's an outside gaming friend, he also has wrote himself a book, and it's a bit awesome, called Devil on Sea. And funnily enough, it's about the devil. So as you can see on screen, go over to lulu.com, have a search for Devil on Sea, and I would highly recommend that you buy it, because it's a very good book and it's a very good read. So the shameful plug aside, which is all well and good because it is a good book and it's definitely worth a read. So again, definitely go and buy it and go and have a read. But yeah, what makes me the angriest of angry gamers? I think all of the above is a definite right answer. I absolutely hate lag, and I think everybody can relate to it. There's nothing worse than you're doing really well in a game and all of a sudden it lags and pow, your score streak, all your hard work's gone to shit. I don't mind being teabagged so much. I think it's quite funny because I do it to someone, and to be very honest, I don't really watch kill cams, so I wouldn't really know if somebody was teabagging me anyway. I have to say, one of the things that makes me the angriest is the campers. I cannot stand running through a doorway and seeing somebody crouched in a bloody corner, and then you run through the doorway about 3 or 4 times and they're still stood there, which really frustrates me. But yeah, I think lag and like campers, and I think and I won't even say bad players, because at the end of the day, everybody's going to learn a game, everybody's going to learn what they're doing, and yeah, I think it is just the general gamer angries that everybody gets, the frustrations in gaming. So yeah, I think up there is lag, camping, and I don't mind balls on my face. It's all good in the hood. But yeah, cheers Neil, good question. Question from Zebula Gaming. What is the most awkward moment of your life? That is a really good question. And depending on how awkward you want to go, I mean, everybody's had those awkward moments, when you were younger, and asking out girls and getting rejected and all the rest of it, and obviously as you get older, I'm not pulling the heartstrings, but my mum's been through cancer, so that was pretty shit. And obviously, I've split up with girlfriends, I've split up with long-term girlfriends, and all the rest of it. But I have to say, my most awkward moment goes back to doing the festivals, Leeds Festival, back in the day, and I was going with a group of friends. And as we were setting off, the excitement of going and all the rest of it, we forgot all my clothes and forgot all my sleeping gear and all the rest of it. And so we arrived and unloading the cars, and I was like, well, where's my stuff? And it was totally forgotten. So I had 4 days in a field in the same clothes, and as you can imagine, I, as always, you Anybody who's been to festivals, you smell to high heaven regardless. But yeah, it was particularly bad. And I remember on the last day, you know, the beer and everything else flowing. I remember taking my boxes off and burning them, and there was some serious spirits that came out of them underwear that day, and it was something I've always remembered. But at the time, yeah, it was very awkward spending a whole weekend like that. Yeah, that was pretty funny. So that's probably my most awkward moment, just being very uncomfortable and very stinky. But cheers for that question, good one. Cheers for all those questions, much appreciated, and I'm going to continue to do this. So, going forward, you have any questions or anything like that, I'll be shouting out on Twitter and through my videos and stuff. Just want to ask me any random question, I'll do the same again. But yeah, I've also been asked for some shout-outs, which I was, very surprised at being asked. Yeah, here's some shout-outs for some people that have asked, and some that haven't, but you'll find out who they are. But here we go. This shout out is for my main man, Dark Wolf Syndicate. Now, he does some very, very good gaming videos, does a lot of the like PC type stuff, which I can't do, so it's massive envy. But yeah, he does some really good stuff. He's been very active on my channel. He always likes to comment and, you know, give me support and let me know when stuff's not going as it should, which is always very welcomed. There's nothing worse than people just kind of kissing your ass and saying, yeah, you're doing great, even when you know it's pretty rubbish. But yeah, Dark Wolf, he always just lets me know and says, look, you know, your audio's a bit shit or whatever, and yeah, support in the right places, which is much appreciated. So yeah, go over to YouTube, find his channel, subscribe, tell him I sent you, and check out some of his videos, some really good stuff. One of my shout-outs goes out to the man Rurbeast Gaming, one of the guys that helped me out when I first started doing YouTube. And I mean, to put it into perspective, I've only been doing this for about 7 or 8 weeks now, and been going from strength to strength. And to be honest, you know, I'll quite happily admit I'm not the smartest of people in the world, not very tech savvy and stuff like that. So people like Rurbeast have helped me a lot, and they got me into the right circles and give me some good ideas. So I would definitely go over to Rurbeast, tell him that I sent you, and he'll show you some love if you just send him a message, comment on some of his videos, and yeah, he'll show you the love. This shout out is for my main man, Raging Chaos. He has helped me out a lot in the Twitter circles and also my YouTube channel and other bits and pieces. My outro I'm currently using at the moment, he designed it for me. Absolute legend, didn't charge me a thing. And as you can see, I'm one of his featured channels. So yeah, and he's a featured channel for me. We are I'd say pretty good friends on Twitter, and we're always giving each other advice. He has really good advice, and he's a proper nerd in the nicest possible way. He really knows his stuff in regards to computers. He does a lot of PC stuff, a lot of the gaming that he's doing in his videos that he's doing. Gives a lot of tech advice, how to grow channels, obviously thumbnails, and the intros and outros and bits and pieces. He's really good gameplay. His gameplay stuff that he does is a lot of obviously PC stuff because he's a PC gamer, and yeah, he's a really sound guy. So again, go to his YouTube channel, subscribe, tell him I sent you, show him some love, and also you can find him on Twitter, Raging Chaos, absolute legend. So, a massive thank you to all of you, because let's be honest, this is what it's all about, is bringing the content to you guys, and if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing it. So, a massive thank you to everyone who asked questions, and obviously to everyone who's watched as well. I know this is probably a longer video that, most of you sit through, so if you've got this far, appreciate it, and yeah, Ask Angry, hashtag Ask Angry. You can ask me any questions you want if you find me on Twitter, or if you just want to comment on my videos, that's fine. But always like, share, comment, subscribe. Only subscribe if you're liking my content. I don't do the sub for sub shit. But yeah, just let me know what you think. And as always, guys, stay angry.